Sorry for coming in a little bit late, guys. This is a House Divided campaign event. It is Bolivar Heights Camp. CSA 125 versus USA 127 here. I'll go over the teams in a moment. Apologies for being a little bit late here, but we got action already here. As USA, ooh, look at that canister shot coming in from the GB, Mr. Panzer there. And they are hitting into the IVB early. But HL looks like they're hitting them pretty hard too. And so far, well, actually, to be honest with you, they're doing a pretty good team. IVB came in as well, but it looks like the NYB kind of turned the flank on them. And you still have a strong center position here from KB. On the other hand, over here on this side, we got Hood, who is kind of hitting the flank here of PB. And they're going to try to turn the side on this formation. They're not really facing them. Oh, they've turned the flank here on KB. Look at this. 79th is in the attack as well, already coming in. We got action already. And it looks like IVB has managed to take this position here. Although, wait a second, here comes Pratley coming in from the flank here. He's going to try to outflank Hood. Let's see if he can do it. And there's still a secondary line here in the form of HL under Lieutenant TJ and KB with the gun. With here's Bubba Cat.
Don't shoot that cannon.
Halo is here as well. You still got some leftovers? Nope, that's about it. All right, so they're gonna. TJ is gonna try to get his men moving. Oh, wait a second, who is this? 19th Indiana is gonna come in and clean up whatever's left, and that is that. All right, so as the board resets, I'm going to go over the units real quick here. We got Pratley leading the 9th Corps. We got Parker leading the NYV. PB is under Bocephus. Kaufman under 19th Indiana. Hado leading the 20th New York. TJ leading the HL. Colonel Knight leading the KB. Snapperkins and Bubba Cat on the guns for the and SR's in there with them as well. On the Union team, we got Major Hazard leading the EB. 4th West Virginia under Light Burn. We've got 83rd led by Major Painter. MWB led by Major Velkine. Captain Beck is leading the IVB. 42nd is led by Kilroy and Captain Hood. And Ricks is in here as well somewhere. And then we got 2nd Lieutenant Mattis on the guns. Ricks from the 79th New York Highlanders. So a little bit of an abridged one. Just so you guys know on the big board, as we're getting ready for this next big fight here. This is the continuation of that second battle last week, which was 8th Georgia's Peace, just east of Petersburg, defending against an attack by the USAA. And they're sharing casualties with the HL, who is actually stationed in Petersburg. So pretty big battle here for the Union here to try to knock back Knight and kind of stabilize this eastern flank here and keep hold of Richmond, which they captured recently. Ooh. This canister shots here by Mr. Panzer has been pretty damn devastating. Also, as a note, so the teams are swapped because of the map state, so the Union team is actually the CSA team on board, on the big board, while the, obviously flip for the other team. Ooh, heavy fire coming in. Great volley from these guys. Who is this? 19th Indiana? Man, they're looking good, too. Tied in with PB. I think this is the first time I've seen Kaufman lead, so looking forward to seeing what he can do. But here comes Major Hazard, bringing up the EB. Let's see what his guys can do. Putting in a volley as well. Facing off against KB and HL over here. It's kind of hard to tell. It's actually a little bit mixed in. But so far, the Union actually has done a really good job of holding this position. And the CSA has not been able to knock them off yet. Let's see if Mattis can start having some effects up on this hill to kind of loosen them up. Dead evens on teams, so can't complain about that. Let's see who's moving over on this flank here. I bet this is Hood. Yep. It is the 47. Oh, there was an already shot, which I completely missed. I think it landed right there, so a little bit off, a little bit short on the fuse time.
I don't know where the hell they are, Jim.
Here comes another attack by the EB, it looks like. Let's see how this volley does against the HL here. And under Lieutenant TJ. And the Immortal. SR under Mr. Targrade. Okay, so 9th Corps and 19th Indiana have actually had to pull back. This has kind of opened up this flank a little bit. There's a bit of a dilemma now. If you push forward here, you're going to have to do something to restrain that element, or else they're going to swing around and crush you like they did last time. Yeah, we got Ricks and his New York Highlanders kind of coming out doing a little bit of skirmishing. Right now, the Union is entrenched, and it has been hard to push through this. We'll see if CSA can figure it out. But if you look at the ticket balance, to be honest, another cannon shot. I didn't quite see it, unfortunately. I'm not doing a great job on this camera work this time. I apologize. I've been a little out of sorts today. But we are going to soldier on here.
KB left.
And it looks like a redeployment. But, ooh, wait a second, what was that? Well, that already shot looks like it was on there. I see a little bit of jelly here. Mattis getting a little shot in there. So KB, I think, is reorienting to the left, but there's nothing out there. I think he's wondering where the Union is. I mean, the CSA is. And this is where they're at. Again, this is actually a really wide field. Some people don't realize how big of a map this really is. There's options on that side, on the other side of the berm, and there's options over here. And Hood is about to go face-to-face with who's coming down the hill here. 9th Corps into Bradley. It's going to square off against the 42nd. Let us see how they do. Ooh. Bradley, I think, got the worst of that little engagement. But now here comes 19th Indiana. They're going to try to tag team them. Can they get the shot off in time? Ah, looks like it was just too late. I didn't see too many drop there. Maybe one guy. So good firing and displacing there by Mr. Hood. Oh, another good shot there. You see him knocking down all these guys from KB, from Mr. Mattis. But again, so far, a good hold by the Union. And they are ahead on tickets. CSA is now at engaged. And we have some forward movement here by Major Painter in the 83rd. Oh, 42nd got hit really hard there in that last volley here by 19th Indiana, paying them back. They didn't miss that time. Here comes the 83rd. Let's see what they can do. Some shots here. Oh, but they just got flanked here by Parker. Oh, Parker just caught the 83rd kind of out in the open here. Now you see 42nd was pushed back by those volleys. Now 83rd is kind of out here isolated. They got to be careful. In fact, I might say they might need to retreat right now, or they're going to get sandwiched here. And you don't want to give your flank to somebody like Parker here. And an even bigger problem here is this what's developing. You got PB under Bocephus kind of getting a base of fire along these tents. Then you got 19th Indiana. I'm sorry, 9th Corps, not 19th Indiana. Where'd 19th Indiana go? Oh, they rotated. What did they do? Up here? Oh, they rotated up here. Oh, yep, there goes 83rd. They've been pushed back now. Well, we got a new attack developing here. IVB leading the way. Trying to push back Colonel Knight. Jeff Knight against Knight. And here they come. HL trying to defend. Let's see if they can do it. EB in the mix as well. MWB in the mix. And it looks like it's going fairly well because look at this. 83rd came in as well. Charging in. It looks like they were able to catch Parker. But here comes Pratley. And here comes Bocephus flanking around. Can they close the door on him? And look at that. There's still some leftover troops here. They are, you are surrounded now, gentlemen. Paratroopers, you're supposed to be surrounded. Wait, no, you're not paratroopers. Oh, that's a problem then. See the fate of Captain Kittens here. Brave man. Cut down in his prime by Captain Tom. Kilroy is kind of scoping out the angle right now. We got up to 270 on the server pop. A lot more people showed up. But slight imbalance for the Union, about 9 men, but not insurmountable here. Within, as long as it's within 10. You know, right now it's within 8. It's still playable, especially with these numbers here. We got Bocephus watching this angle down here. And who is this? It is Kilroy looking for a new angle on the left side. And it looks like they've been spotted. Here it comes. Who's rotating out here? It is Kaufman in the 19th Indiana. And they are joined by the New York NYV. Oh, look at that volley. They caught 42nd as they were trying to get away. Didn't get hit too hard, but the problem is right now is they've been able to, kind of punch in succession, these rapid punches. Kind of like jabs right now is kind of how they're functioning. Just hit, hit, hit. Even though 42nd's got a bigger punch, they're taking, 2 or 3 hits to that one big punch, and it's just not working right now. 29 minutes. CSA is halfway down engaged. This is actually kind of strange for this map. Boy, the tickets might become a factor here for the attacker. I mean, Union's not in a great position. They're, a little bit down below engaged at the 29-minute mark. It's, good, not great, but the tickets are really interesting.
Oh, God, this is confusing.
Let's see what the CSA is thinking. They got a pretty big line here. Now, you do have the option of kind of not going straight in and kind of just, popping up over here or going all the way around and trying to find another intel rate. It's hard if you get observed, but it is possible. Same thing with down here is I think that's what Hood and Kilroy are thinking of trying to infiltrate down here, but there was just too much weight of units on this side to really make it effective. You can see there's a lot of units on this side of the field right now. Nice attempt there by Mattis, but not really having the big effects I think he's looking for. But, yeah, I'd say the weak point right now is down here. It's observable. That's the biggest danger with it. But, if you can get down here, you might be able to do it. Let's see. Who's moving up here? It is Vec, and I think he's thinking about, wow, I was just talking about it, and he's doing it. All right. This I like. Okay, so we going in from one angle, and the other unit tries to infiltrate a little bit further down, get behind him. We'll see if that's what they do. Yeah, they're kind of stopping. They don't want to do that. They want to try to infiltrate far back as they can. TJ's going to try to stop him. I like this maneuver here by Captain Hood as well to kind of tie down these units. They've kind of dragged these units away, and Hood has been able to maneuver back up here faster than the Union's been able to react. And look at what we got here now. Age of Elkine in the back. And they might be able to catch these units out here. There's not a lot of reserves back here either, so this is a good opportunity for the CSA to really press this. But it looks like the Union's going to be able to recover pretty well. Who is this out here? All right, so the EB is out here. I think they need to move into a flank here. The EB went with this attack. I think it might have been successful. I think they just didn't have it quite weighted quite right. There we go. CSA now taking losses. 27 minutes remaining, but Union is now at engaged. Again, this is interesting. At this point, I would say pull back. You guys are now just targets. There's no point in staying here.
We might pull back. Oh, damn it.
Just get the flag back and fall back in the woods. Don't stay here. There's no point in staying here. You're just going to get picked off here.
The flag.
Now we got a movement by EB into this position. The danger is now they are the only unit on the field right now. Good job by Rinsler there, Captain Rinsler, trying to get some cover. It's not a bad idea to drag some units off to engage him, but he just got to be careful not to get wiped over here. So I don't hate this maneuver. He can drag some of the attention of the Union, and wow, it's a crisp volley there by 19th Indiana. I tell you, man, they are really shaping up to be one of these premier units, in my opinion.
I figured that.
Oh, good maneuver here by Parker. Along with, who is this, KB? Yep, they were able to get a good angle on the EB. They did pull back, which is the right decision, but so that little maneuver has kind of petered out. Now there is plenty. There's a decent amount of time left on the clock, not too much, but again, we got to kind of see where you want to weight the attack, and you got to kind of weight your efforts to it. You don't have to send everybody in, but everybody's got to be either in the fight, in the decisive point, or supporting it. That's the only way. This Union team has been way too
They're gonna come right through the
reactive to get into individual engagements. They've not been able to win any individual engagement, so it's going to have to be a team effort by the CSA team if they want to win this match. There is no other way, in my mind. In fact, you can kind of see this interlocking fields of fire right now that they, well, not interlocking fields of fire, but, you know, mutually supporting units. Interlocking would be like if you had one guy shooting here and another guy shooting down there and kind of having it covered from multiple angles. This is still pretty linear, but they are mutually supporting. Oh, great shot there by Mattis.
Thank you very much, man.
Stay up there.
I mean, doing some long-distance firing is not a bad idea at the moment, to be honest with you. I mean, you can't be doing it for too long, but as long as you have an effective fire and the Union's going to engage with you in these kind of long-distance fights, that might be a good way to try to even up these tickets a little bit, especially when you got Mattis here. Oh, look at that shot. Mattis is really putting in. Is this more than Mattis right now? Did Markham join him? Yeah, so Markham joined him. I think this is the right call, to be honest with you. Getting two guns in, because I think they can have, as you can saw, they can have a little bit better effects at this forward position and kind of loosen it up a little bit. Kind of soft drops. Bloody hell, English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? Soften it. Shape it, as it were, if I want to use the doctrinal term. I say doctrinal, but you can't say soften, huh? You fucking dumbass. Again, I do like how the, you know, they're not just standing out in the open to reload. They come out, they get their shot, and they get back into cover. That's what the Union needs to do at the moment. Well, Proutley is going up pretty dang far here. I guess he's moving in to deal with this breach. Now somebody's got to intercept Bradley. See, that's the thing right now. That's what this element down here is out of position. That unit should be, now that that's happened, You've got all this combat power over here. Should be slamming into him right now. They've now been exposed, but, you know, if you wait too long, these guys that are fighting for their lives are going to die. So, you know, the opening is here. Captain Hood has created it. You got to exploit it now. It's not going to last forever. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with doing long-distance shots. The opening is here. They've committed. I mean, you could either sweep this unit down here, but if you're just sending all your volleys into PB, who's hidden behind a tent, which is invincible right now in the game. Full volley, no casualties. And Hood is still alive. Hood is still holding on here. And in fact, the Union is sent 19th out here to this side. Interesting. He's looking for a shot on Hood, but right now, the entire Union team is fighting 42nd, and minus 42nd, the entire CSA team is fighting PB. There we go. Okay, now we're getting some movement here. Now you got your choice. Which way do you want to go? I would send one unit. It was me. I would send one unit to with PB, and the rest would go forward here. And okay, they go. I actually don't mind this angle here. Kind of force them to come out a little bit. Okay, yeah, they did send one unit here. They sent 83rd to go deal with PB. I think this was a good choice. And this is going to probably unhinge this Union defense here a little bit. And 42nd has done a great job of holding on here. Although HL now is, well, who is this? HL or KB? Yeah, you can see now the Union team is going to have to fall back here. They've done a pretty good job, though, so far of holding it here. And they have sent a unit here, 19th Indiana. Good job here by Kaufman, has rotated his men back here, and you can see they've really pinged the 83rd, and they are going to have to fall back. So a great hold here by 19th Indiana, and I believe... Is 4th West Virginia? No, 4th West Virginia is on the other team. 20th New York who I was looking for. Who I was looking for. Jesus. I'd say I blame it on being drunk, but I've had like 2 beers, so I can't even fucking blame it on that. See, now you can see, now the CSA team, wow, look at those shots. Okay, now they've kind of put themselves here, and they've implanted themselves pretty strongly, but they need to keep pushing this. They don't need to get too crazy, but, you know, like, rotate a unit out here and get an angle on them. You've got plenty of units here. You don't all need, I mean, this is a good line here, but, like, I would rotate the 83rd maybe out a little bit. You know, try to get another angle. You're kind of... could be getting a little bit more juice out of this right now if you kind of maneuvered another unit down. I think that's what Painter's looking to do right now, so I think that's good. And now 42nd has had time. Look, 42nd's no longer engaged. They've got their combat power up. Now they can start pressing up along the berm if they want. And I think that's what Hood's looking to do. Let's see who's going to be here to stop him. Who is this down here? It is Snapperkins, along with Togray and his boys from the SR. That's kind of that forward trip force. But, oh, what's this? What's happening here? Here comes Bradley. He's going to try a little sneak shot here on the EB. Let's see if he can pull it off. Nice arty shot coming in. I think Bradley might be able to pull it off here. Oh, he did. A nice little raid here against the EB. Look at this. They ain't killed him yet. And he is going to fall back. But again, now look at the CSA. They're starting to get closer on tickets. Getting them close to that breaking, and they got a decent amount of time left. Here comes 42nd. Moving up now. Engaging this arty. These are nice tickets. This is what they want. And the Union is going to figure out what do they got to stop them. Is this HL moving up? It is. TJ's moving his boys up. And so is Knight. Here comes TJ. Now this element here's not shooting at nothing anymore. Now you need to swing up a little bit. Again, let's see. Did somebody do what I was hoping they would do? Now there's a Union element down here. Who is this? 19th Indiana. Wow, so now the 19th Indiana and PB have rotated down here. Which honestly is fine. You know, you can put the 83rd to kind of... This is actually not bad how they got it set up. So you got 83rd as kind of this arc here, watching that flank. And the rest of these guys over here. But these guys, I would say...
Right side again.
Another raid by Prattley. Successful. But, honestly, I'd send it now if I was a CSA. You're going to put the... I would send it right now. You're going to put the Union into breaking on a final charge, but they might be trying to break him down a little bit more, try to go for tickets for the campaign. Because right now they are, to keep in mind, so these are tickets for both HL and 8th Georgia. So the casualties in the map will be taken off of those tokens, and neither one will be knocked out, but they might want to try to weaken both of these tokens here. Because right now the Union is, yes, the Union is outnumbered on tokens on the east. They've only got 2. That since 42nd got killed last week, they lost their tokens, so they might be trying to even up the fight here a little bit. So there might be some additional strategy beyond the map here. Let's see, we do have a wide flanking maneuver here by Kaufman. It's been successful in the past. We'll see if Painter and Major Velkine are cognizant enough of it to prevent its effects here. 42nd, though, still tangoing with a good chunk of the enemy here. HL, NYV, and KB all fighting Captain Hood here. And Captain Hood and the 42nd is starting to lose some ground, but they've been fighting them pretty hard. I do think this side needs to kind of push up a little bit. Because right now, Hood is in danger of losing this side. And if that happens, they're going to be able to swing over here. This is overkill. This is too much. They got IBB, 83rd over here, blinking shots at 19th Indiana. That is way too much to contain. 19th Indiana's a threat, but that is too much. And then you also got this element here that could possibly move up here. Try to restrain these guys out here. Josephus and PB, there's only a few of them. There we go, CSA on breaking now. Here's where Artie could really make his money. They can land some shots in here. That's what they need to do right now. I don't know how good they are. Too high. Use time was off. In fact, I would charge right now if I was the Union. Try to deal with this threat here before you get pushed out too far. Hood's not going to be able to maintain this. He needs help. And Prattley has done a great job of shaping the EB to make him cautious about this side here. So, again, you've got way too much committed out here. What was that shit? Looks like that shot was on. And maybe a little bit off. Alright, they're on breaking now. 13 minutes remaining. The CSA can take it a little bit slower here. Now those Artie shots are starting to have good effects. That was Mattis's gun. If they're on the same gun. So, if you guys remember from the Artie lesson, this is a great example of infantry support to Artie. So right now, Hood is not really advancing, but he is drawing the Union into a kill zone for the Artie to kill them. And see another raid here by Prattley.
Kill this off. Kill this fucking off. Get a load. Come on. Gun these fuckers down.
And he's been doing a great job here of shaping EB and kind of keeping them distracted. Again, this is way too much out here, in my opinion, for the CSA to be dealing with this threat down here. And 19th Indiana Kaufman's doing a fantastic job of drawing their fire. Really masterful, in my opinion. And Josephus and 20th, well, oh, here's 20th. All right, so 20th is in the mix for that as well. Well done to the 20th. I was going to say, I thought Josephus was as well, but he might have moved off. In fact, here's nope, that's Snapperkins. There's Josephus. I found him, so he's been doing a great job as well on that. 42nd is now pushing forward a little bit. There's a danger here. They might overextend without support. And friendly fire from the Artie. NYV coming in. Parker trying to help him. Again, there's an opportunity here, to be honest with you. I think the Union would be well served of charging out this element here. And I think that was a good decision by 42nd to pull back, though, because they were very close to getting overextended. Again, you've got a lot of combat power out here, getting distracted here by few elements here. Biggest danger is 19th Indiana, but look what they're doing. They're hanging out in these tents, and again, these tents are invulnerable. So, you know, they're losing a few men here and there, but he's drawing off so much combat power. And a good little, he's giving a little pretty, you know, getting some shots in too. So he's showing himself to be a threat here. Same thing from the 20th over here, and I know PB was doing that battle over here as well. I think they're right up here. Yep, here's Bocephus. Now let's see what the CSA's thinking up here. All right, Hood's moving back up. He's gonna try for another little raid here against this element. There's way too many guys. Looks like HL is the main one he's fighting, but there's AB in the mix. There's NYB in the mix. And in fact, again, I would countercharge right now if I was the Union. You are very close to wiping these guys out. And that would knock a flag down and really buy you some time. Is that what they're thinking? No, they're not pushing yet, but... In fact, 42nd needs to get out of there right now, or you're going to lose your flag here. It's a very neat line here, guys, but I'll be honest with you. I'm not happy with the CSA element over there. Not really pushing in a little bit more. Keep in mind, you can... Oh, yep, here comes the counterattack. They figured it out. Who figured it out? It was Knight. Knight figured it out. Now, this is a great opportunity for him to knock down this flag and lock down this flank. And then he can really secure this side here, especially if he can get him close to final push and really upset the attack. All right, so KB has decided not to push it too far. That probably was the right decision. Yeah, you got Ricks out here kind of ambushing them as they come out here. So, yep, that was a good call by Knight. Again, look at how much... All right, I'm going to watch some Marty here. Great shots by both Markham and Mattis's battery here. Although I also got to give it to the GB and the HL batteries as well. They've had some great, I mean great canister shots as well. I do support KB moving back out here, though, to try to delay 42nd. Another good shot by the Artie. You know, they can just sit back and shoot for, you know, a little bit. Try to get them onto last stand here. So that might not be a bad idea. All right, now TJ's getting on in on this little raid here down the center. They got a couple guards out here this time. Okay, good job, EB. All right, EB has kind of learned a little bit from that, although it's Pratley joining him as well. But looks like EB has adapted here, and they did a much better job of repelling that raid there by Pratley. Look how many guys they just lost on that one. And in fact, I think they're getting a little ahead on them. Belkine helping out as well. But yep, great job by EB adapting to that. Now they got a little bit more of an L formation going. Okay, okay. I can support this a little bit more. I still think you could push up, to be honest with you. You don't have to cap right now if you're not comfortable with it, but, you know, a nice little rock formation right here, you know, you kind of lean up against. If you want to. I mean, you know, if you don't want to, you know. I'm sure Kaufman appreciates it. Seven minutes 30 remaining. Is that 42nd punching up a little bit? Not yet. Here's Snapperkin, speaking of him. HL bat trying to get their shot off. Let's see if Mr. Jones here can do it. Yes, that... not sure if that was Mr. Matters or Mr. Markham, but it was one of them. I think it was Markham on that one, actually.
No.
See, the danger right now is, as much as I've been praising this unit over here, drawing that fire, if the CSA were to decide to do a mass charge right now, as one concentrated, I'm not sure they would get in there in time. So that is the risk of what they're doing right now. 6:30 remaining. I think it's going to come down to who goes on to last stand or final push first. That is, I think, might be the deciding factor in this fight. Let's see. 148 to 136. 140, no, 145, so still within 9. Some arty shots coming in. You know, I was thinking earlier we might have enough room for first VA, and I hope they get them into the campaign. But a 280 on a fairly low weekend, I'm not so sure. I know we don't want to bust 300, so I really want to get first VA in there. I mean, I would love to run 2 servers for this, but we don't have quite the infrastructure for it right now, so.
Stop popping up on the fucking...
Wilkes is right about that. They're actually losing some tickets they can't really afford to lose right now. 5 minutes remaining. So now the problem is the CSA can't be... Oh, look at that shot. Who was that? Let's see. Mattis. Mattis is on the left more gun, and Markham is on the more right gun. Well, this might be an arty carry match, to be honest with you. Slightly above. I didn't see that shot where it landed. So 19th pull back, I kind of support that. Kind of be a fresh reserve here. 9th Corps doing the same thing. All right. See, now this is really good. So now you just have 20th down here. And I'm not sure how much fire they're drawing, but those other units rotated up. And again, these guys, I really think, need to push up here and put some pressure on. If they're all, are they all plinking at that one? They're getting some shots on them, but again, not quite as effective as I think they could be. There we go. Last stand for the Union. 4 minutes remaining. This might be the signal here. Oh, a perfectly timed already shot there by Mr. Mattis to support his guys going in. And poor TJ was the recipient of it. Is the rest of the Union going in? They've moved up a little bit, not quite yet. They're being deliberate about it, which might be a good idea. HL trying to hold them. There's the final push, though. Now they can't be. 83rd is chasing off at 20th. That is an interesting choice. So nice shots there from the EV and the IVB. All right, KB has decided to charge. I think this is the right decision. If they get to beat them in detail, and the CSA is kind of letting them because they're not going in right now, the Union may still pull this out. It will be almost impossible for the CSA to get back up in time. And they may have just done it. That charge has knocked out the 42nd, and this unit has not gone in. That has given time for this Union team to rotate back in and to blunt this attack. It's going in now, but it might be too late. EB going in. Let's see if they can pull it off. Is IVB going in? Is Velcon going in? They are. Where's the 83rd? The 83rd's coming in now, maybe just in time. I don't know, though. They have made this a lot closer than it needed to be. Can they pull off this attack? I think the Union CSA was a little bit too... No. IVB, 83rd fighting in on point here. Maybe they can pull it off. Maybe they might do it here. Let's see if they can do it. Ooh, that already coming in. I think you're doing more harm than good, though, now. You did knock down Kaufman. They might have just barely survived. Here we got Painter on point. Can he hold it? Kind of rotate now because somebody that's down has the music going. And I think it is. It looks like the CSA will win this. There goes Doughboy. But now, keep in mind, the Union's out of reinforcements. So by the remaining CSA team, though, they will be able to come up there. Paradox, though, getting in one last kill there. All right, really, guy? Who's doing this? God damn it. Fuck. All right, so this actually breaks the losing streak that's been going on for quite a while. I mean, it was the draw last time, but this is the first victory here for the Union onboard team, CSA team here. So they have knocked back both on the board, KB and HL now from Petersburg, and have given themselves a bit of breathing room. So this is a pretty key victory here in the East to stabilize the situation after the loss of 42nd and the wipe of that piece. So eventually the CSA got it together. It was very disciplined. I really want to give a shout out to the Arty. I think the Arty really was, without them, this battle would not have gone that same way. I think they were the difference. And a really great hold by the 42nd. But 19th Indiana on the other team, drawing all that fire, all along with 20th and PB. Masterful as well. So, great first match. Looking forward to the next one.